The new vehicle is fitted with a winch capable of a pull of 11,000 pounds to aid self-recovery and egress from steep river banks. There are 2 shackles for suspended tow and a center point for recovery. The splashboard can now be operated from the top of the cab. Larger windows have been made for increased visibility for cross-country driving. Longer tow ropes are fitted, one on either side of the vehicle. Spring-loaded mirrors. The spotlight is now controllable from inside the cab. The headlamps are adjustable. Larger steps for increased safety on entering and leaving the cab. When the side panel is lowered, it provides an additional step, and the side panel is more rigid with improved locking. The new propulsion units can be identified by the smaller water intake. These units give extra thrust and increase the swimming performance to approximately 10.5 kilometers an hour. Sealed bearings are now included in the propulsion units, reducing the maintenance load. There are detachable mud flaps at the rear of the vehicle. A smaller rear skid plate is now fitted at the request of the users, again to reduce the maintenance load. A new patterned tow bar is integral to the skid plate. The trailer brake couplings have been repositioned towards the center of the vehicle to prevent damage when negotiating acute turns. A new pattern mesh grille is fitted over the exhaust outlet to protect the canopy and camouflage when the exhaust is hot. And the new instrument and switch panel in the driver's cab has been modified to give better visibility of the instruments and to bring the critical switches nearer to the hand of the driver. Wherever the fighting force may go, you will find Stalwart. For wherever the fighting force is able to go, Stalwart can go. Many miles behind the action, the transport vehicles move over deserted main roads towards the more rugged conditions in which the fighting men and machines operate. After 5 years of extensive development and technical and user trials, the British Army has selected the Alvis Stalwart as their new generation high-mobility load carrier. Stalwart is an entirely new concept of military transport and incorporates advanced technology that has proved the 6 equally spaced wheel configuration to be superior to 8 wheels. The varied terrain conditions over which this vehicle must be operated has also shown Stalwart to have overall superiority over a tracked equivalent. These are Stalwarts of the British Army moving forward to the battle area on roads which permit high average speeds which cannot be reached by tracked vehicles and which are operationally essential to ensure a quick turnaround of the supply vehicles. Stalwart is powered by a Rolls-Royce B81 220 bhp engine. The drive is taken to all 6 wheels through a twin-plate clutch, 5-speed synchromesh gearbox, a transfer box with no spin differential, thence to 6 bevel boxes at the wheel stations. Steering is power-assisted mechanical linkage to the 4 front wheels. The brakes are power-assisted caliper discs on all 6 wheels. When the Stalwarts reach the division rear area, they disperse and camouflage to await orders to replenish forward troops. Daily servicing by the drivers is carried out without removing any of the cargo, and if repairs are required to the engine or transmission, they can be carried out by removing approximately 1/6 of the cargo and raising the hinged floor of the cargo area, thus exposing the mechanical components. The outline of this Stalwart makes camouflaging quick and effective. When forward units are in need of resupply, the troop is deployed forward. From here on, Stalwart begins to do the job it was really designed for. Now it must get to the very spearhead of the battle, to wherever the armour can go. No longer is the route over metal roads, but wherever the shortest track can be found through the countryside. Trees, tree stumps and rocks prove no handicap to Stalwart. The suspension is designed to negotiate such obstacles without damage. The independent suspension smooths the roughest track, and driver fatigue is kept to a minimum. Driver training presents no problems. All these soldiers were until recently drivers of normal 3- and 5-ton trucks, and were converted to Stalwart within the units. Now, on their journey up the line, the loaded Stalwarts pass an empty section returning to the delivery point, for this is a non-stop two-way traffic. The six-wheel independent suspension has hydraulic shock absorbers and torsion bars on each wheel station to enable Stalwart to tackle the worst of bumps. Bridges over rivers have always been one of the most vulnerable of targets on a supply route, and when blown can cause disaster to forward units. But for the amphibious Stalwart, blown bridges hold no terrors. The boat-shaped waterproof hull of this frameless vehicle allows Stalwart to go straight from land to water with no special preparations at all, because the hull construction is such that there's no danger of leaks during normal use of the vehicle. Trials vehicles have completed 32,000 kilometers and still swim without any preparation. Even on entering the water, the view from the cabin is unimpeded. Stalwart is propelled in the water by two doughty marine jets capable of 6 knots. Two levers control vanes on the jets for steering. Because no propellers are used, the propulsion units cannot be damaged during land use of the vehicle. Running downstream and diagonally across the deceptively fast-flowing Weser River to their exit point, the Stalwarts have ample power to turn against the 5-knot current to bring themselves right for a straight exit. The independent propulsion units assist exit. tank conditions here are typical, but Stalwart will leave the water under conditions extremely difficult for tracked amphibians and for the duck and lark. In order to improve even more on the exit performance, particularly under soft clay and mud conditions and vertical canal banks, all Stalwarts are now fitted with a self-recovery winch. As they come out onto the slimy, mud-covered banks, the limited slip differential on the six-wheel drive lets them move over ground where any conventional vehicle would spin itself to a standstill. Stalwart has been designed to reach the tanks wherever they may be, and has been given a cross-country performance far beyond that of any other wheeled transport in existence, and indeed a performance equal to tracked vehicles of a similar capacity. Stalwart can adapt to different driver technique in selecting gears for obstacles. Even when stopped in the middle of this hazard, Stalwart has no trouble in overcoming it with its power and traction. Mines must always be a hazard to vehicles near the forward area. Stalwart can withstand mines, often with no more damage than the loss of a wheel, so that it can go on doing its job until time can be found to repair it. The tanks, as ammunition gets low, will withdraw by troops to refuel and rearm to the coded grid reference given by their squadron leader.